Buzz. Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into everything hot and happening in the K-pop world. And today we're talking about Twice. Yes, Twice is back. And they're not just back, they're coming for Japan with full force. Honestly, this isn't just a comeback, it's a Japanese invasion. So, here's what's going on. Twice has officially pre-released the title track of their upcoming 6th Japanese full-length album titled Enemy. The song dropped on July 30th across all major platforms, and it's already sparking a wave of reactions online. And get this, it was first revealed during their Osaka concert, which means fans there basically got a live spoiler. Lucky, right? Now let's talk about the song itself. Enemy is not your typical bright or bubbly Twice track. Nope. This is a sophisticated rock number. It's edgy, it's bold, and it honestly feels like Twice is stepping into a new era emotionally and musically. The message is super powerful. No matter how many times I've been defeated, I'll get back up again. Ultimately, the only wall I have to overcome is myself. That line hits, right? It's not just a motivational quote for your phone wallpaper. It's a full-on battle cry. It feels like Twice is reflecting not only on their own journey as artists, but maybe even touching on the pressure and expectations they've been carrying since debut. Like, let's be honest, Twice has been in the game for almost a decade. And the fact that they're still pushing themselves, still evolving, that's worth talking about. The music video matches the vibe perfectly. It shows each member going through setbacks, real, raw emotional moments, but instead of being saved by someone else or just magically healing, they face themselves. They confront their own fears, doubts, and insecurities. And that growth, that's what makes the visuals so compelling. There's no fantasy filter, no overly produced fluff. It's real, it's mature, and it makes you respect them even more. I want to pause here and ask you, yes, you watching right now, did you feel that too when you watched the MV? Like, did you relate to that idea of being your own worst enemy? I feel like this is one of those songs that goes beyond being just another comeback. It makes you reflect on your own life, your own walls, and what it means to get up after failing. Drop your thoughts in the comments because I'm really curious to know how this one hit you personally. And speaking of growth, let's not ignore the fact that Jihyo is directing this album. Like, not just leading vocally, but literally steering the ship. That's huge. Twice isn't just showing us their artistry, they're taking creative control. Jihyo stepping into this leadership role shows how much trust the members and the company have in her vision. It also gives us fans a different kind of excitement, right? Because this means the upcoming full album isn't just a label-made product, it's a reflection of what Twice themselves want to say. The full album will officially drop on August 27th, which is about a year after their previous Japanese album, Dive, came out. So in K-pop timeline terms, it's been a minute. And with the concept of Enemy already setting the emotional tone, I have a feeling the rest of the album might go even deeper. Will we get more rock? More personal storytelling? Will the visuals lean darker or stay in that polished emotional lane? I have so many questions. But it's not just about this one song or even the album. Twice has been on a global mission lately. They've released their 4th Korean full-length album, they've been touring around the world, and yes, they've even taken over Netflix. So let's talk about that Netflix connection for a second. The song TAKEDOWN from the K-pop Demon Hunters OST actually made it onto Billboard's Hot 100 at number 76. That's insane. Do you realize how rare that is for a Japanese OST track, especially from a K-pop group? And then there's Strategy, another song from the same OST, landing at number 92. Twice isn't just dabbling in international waters, they're thriving. And let's be honest, Billboard placements like that don't just happen because a fandom is streaming hard, although onces definitely go hard, respect to that. It means the general public is listening. It means people who don't even speak Korean or Japanese are vibing with Twice. That's how you know they're reaching that next-tier global artist status. Now, all of this is leading up to something even bigger. Twice will be headlining Lollapalooza Chicago on August 2nd. Headlining. Let that sink in. This isn't some niche K-pop showcase. This is one of the biggest music festivals in the US, and Twice is right there at the top of the lineup. A girl group from South Korea, singing in Korean and Japanese, standing shoulder to shoulder with massive Western artists. That is history. That is legacy-level stuff. I don't think enough people are talking about how rare this is. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day news of comebacks and teasers, but this is a moment. It shows that the industry is changing, that language is no longer a barrier to success, and that TWICE is part of that cultural shift. And that brings me to something I really want to know from you guys. Do you think this Japanese comeback will resonate as strongly as their Korean releases globally? Like, are international fans ready to embrace an entire Japanese language album the way they do Korean ones? Personally, I think the answer is yes, especially if the songs carry messages as strong and relatable as Enemy. But let's talk about it in the comments. I want to know where you stand. Also, shout out to the Japanese fans. They've been rocking with TWICE from day one and have helped build this massive support base that lets the group do things like drop full albums, tour domes, and even experiment with rock-inspired sounds like this. Japanese once, if you're watching this, massive respect to you. You've played such a big role in TWICE's evolution. Now here's a thought. With this rock direction, the emotionally heavy lyrics, and the full album on the way, is TWICE signaling a more permanent shift in their concept? Are we entering a new TWICE era, post-bubblegum, post-synth-pop, into a more mature, reflective, emotionally layered sound? I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Honestly, it feels refreshing. One of the things I've always loved about TWICE is that they don't just change for the sake of trends. When they evolve, it feels intentional. You look at Feel Special, I Can't Stop Me, Talk That Talk, and now Enemy, you can actually track their emotional and artistic growth. It's not a brand slapping on a new filter, it's real. So here's the big takeaway from all of this. TWICE isn't just dropping a song, they're telling us a story. They're inviting us into their world, showing us their fears, their strength, and their creative ambitions. And if Enemy is just the beginning, then we are in for something big on August 27th. Until then, you already know what to do. Stream Enemy, support the girls, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. Let me know your favorite moment from the MV, your thoughts on the new sound, and what you're hoping for with the full album. Do you think this will be their most impactful Japanese release yet? If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives like this, make sure you're subscribed with that bell on. This is On Young Buzz, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!